Good morning, I guess, just for my listeners. Just ultimately the amazing alignment of the fifth dimension is what I would like to realign. I think, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but I think that the fifth dimension includes, which I would probably still have to think about, but the fifth dimension includes peace and abundance and unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, and unconditional forgiveness. And I'm really curious about if there's like a relationship between, which is actually probably more surprising than what I was originally going to ask, but if there's even a relationship between humans. I don't know if I could just put all humans in a category of humans, but humans and mer people, because I would love to create like a civilization with them, like, and unite, like make a foundational thing. But what's more important is I feel like I rely a lot on telepathy and communicating with, well, specifically Shrula ducks. I think more often than anyone else. But even then, I think, I mean, that's the telepathic communication that I had is like mer people and humans. Like, is there a way that we could build a civilization? And I think the first thing to do, which I think is just habitual, is to communicate on a peaceful level, which is probably very ironic. Okay, I'm going to completely switch topics. I actually think it's really awesome that I could go pro in terms of video gaming, yet I'm not sure that's something I'm really into, because I think my heart would resonate into it immediately, and it's been a huge part of my life, and I could design, for example, Afterwake, which is like a holographic video game that I kind of wanted to design or wanted to create, which would be super fun, including like more. It's like a more advanced controller sort of thing. But that's a completely other topic. Another topic. I honestly am not exactly sure how I'm going to communicate with the mer people, and I'm not exactly sure how much they want to communicate with me now. So I'm not sure if I can actually represent humanity. I mean, maybe I'll just say this. Maybe I'll agree. Like, maybe I'll just say this. Like, perhaps I, was just aligning my all the projects with reality, which shouldn't necessarily happen every day in terms of if there's any negative aspects, all those negative aspects shouldn't exist every day, but at the same time, and I guess this is just more in my view, I'm just aware of, it's going to sound kind of cocky, but I'm aware of everything, but only because I've aligned and I've been aware of that reality in terms of in terms of like ascension and cosmic consciousness and enlightenment, etc., etc. More importantly, bravery and love. But anyway, like the thing is, like, I'm always aware that my focus is there, and I don't ever really lose my focus. Like, I really want to make those. I think there's a lot actually I need to double verify or something. But first of all, I just hope that the mer people are okay. I hope that nothing bad happens to them. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. If for some reason there was, one important thing I need to do is forgive myself. So I went full on defense, and this is just what I think happened from my point of view, which might be limited, but I went full on defense in terms of like the podcasting realm, communicating with other podcasters. That one day, that was like 2.5 hour, or 2 hours, and then another 20-minute segment broadcast right after. Which, and also the other day when I was talking about just a whole bunch of plethora of topics. The description was like lies, and then I just kind of, I mean, it wasn't a rant, but I think it was a rant. And the thing is, what I probably don't understand is that, like, at some level, which I think is probably true, or is probably true, but the cabal are like that high, something like that. And I definitely don't want to be the cabal. And I don't necessarily want to be as high as the cabal, like way up there at the tippy top. But I just want, of course, and I don't want to be like mean or evil or cruel or anything like that, which is a very, very weird comparison game. Or at least that's what I understand as some. That's what I think is very odd, that it's probably been achieved, but I got at the tippy top, bumping elbows with the cabal. And that's not necessarily my goal. I don't want to really bump elbows or rub elbows with the cabal, and I don't really want to be all the way up there if it's that bad and there isn't the solution of ultimately having the full abundance, the world, the realm of abundance, which I guess is relative, because everyone's, well, I can't speak for everyone, but probably everyone's opinion of abundance is different. I don't know why I'm so committed to these podcasts either, which is probably another limiting habit that I'm doing, and I don't know why I believe in, well, that's one thing I just know is real, because obviously trees are living things. But I don't think I should take the equation so seriously. Anymore, at least. I don't really want to inspire, which is kind of weird because this is the third day of the week. But ultimately, I don't really want to inspire, even though, it's Thursday, even though this is going to sound weird, even though I really do care about Poseidon and the connections that the bird people have with Poseidon, and I respect that a lot. Yet, I don't want to have like a negative relationship. And of course, obviously, my whole beingness is to be like in that, like, high vibration. So joy, happiness, compassion, love, bliss, and not any of the lower emotions. My goal, of course, is to continuously experience, and that's obviously like what I always want to choose, and always want to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Experience myself in. So, not that this is all about me, but I just want to say that I would like to align the patience that I have, and what's the other word I'm looking for? the patience and the whatever other word is kind of sort of like patience. I want to have the patience for pure positivity, which I know is in existence and is an awareness. But more importantly, I just need to recognize that I'm not sure what's more important. I probably, and this is probably consistently true, which I should take full responsibility for, but I've probably been consistently distracting and what's the word? Leading on and I don't know what word to use, but rerouting and just like totally repatterning mental thinking because of my tenacity to hold on to some aspect of enlightenment and ascension and cosmic consciousness that I think means so much to me. And I know, okay, here's where I know that I think that I'm definitely this is where I know that I think I took it too far. I'm trying to hear sound and compare sound, which is, this shouldn't even be said, but I'm trying to compare sound and the loudness that exists with the sound of what it sounded like when the ultimately ended up being the asteroid belt. That sound must have been a very loud sound. And same thing with the sounds that occurred on the surface of Mars must have been a very loud sound. And obviously, I don't want that to happen to any planet. And I definitely don't want that to happen at all. So, I think I take full responsibility for the sound. I mean, when it comes to, like, telepathy, I think I definitely took it too far. But the thing is, like, I don't... for some reason, some idea that I'm holding on to is that because I believe in my project so much and because it's been 3 years, I think that I don't need to apologize. But at the same time, I probably should, especially when it comes to Sharula Ducks and my fast speed instant communication with the entire Mer people. I can't really spring that upon anybody, and I know that we're not evil, but I should have paid more attention. That was kind of, I just sprung it upon everyone. So, quick intermission. I'm just gonna play music and then continue the broadcast and talk about some more things that have to do with peace and love. dookie. I'm just gonna stop the song right there. This is gonna sound absolutely ridiculous, but agreeing that the military is the best military that there ever was, like, I honestly kind of want to say is not that cool. And it's not to sound cocky at all. That's not the perception I want. I want to say, like, I honestly, I think I honestly feel a little bit uncomfortable about the strength that I want to maintain it and grow it as, I don't really want. I can't really say I don't want a strong military, but that's I just don't think that's cool. Like, I don't like, and I'm being very vague about that, but I think that if, and this is a huge if I was to be any sort of anything, any sort of anything, any type of commander or leader's not a good word, any type of commander or captain or whatever, like, I'll say this, I would, which is kind of, still doesn't make it acceptable, I don't really think, but I still think that I took it too far, even though, wonderful, there's a lot of wonderful connections, gaming is really awesome because of just how I can't really say it inspires me, but how the progression of video games kind of inspired me not to not be a gamer, but to go pro because of the fun and the team, that would have, and that would be great. Like, I honestly think, like, I don't think that I'd be that good and amazing. Like, I definitely believe and I know that I'd be incredible. But I don't want to get distracted from something that's important to me, which is the mer people. I know they're not necessarily called the Sasquatch. They have names and stuff, but the Sasquatch, and, like, I want to have a non-violent reality. I want to have a completely peaceful reality. And the thing is, like, how could I say, like, okay, let's just be honest. I set up, like, a whole line. I set up, I don't know what I thought it was arching all the way over to China for some reason, and then, like, the ping pong balls were just going completely over the ocean. That's what I think that ping pong is using just a continental ping pong game, which is probably ridiculous. You know what, maybe I'm just way too patient. Just, like, patient all the time, just being calm and steady all the time, and being level-headed all the time, and just being so spiritual, just like, oh, this is a great realm for higher dimensional growth and enlightenment growth. And the thing is, like, my intent is love, and my intent, or it's not really my intent. Like, the thing is, like, it might be expressed, because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was consistently, like, upset about the Cabal, because I'm like, those are the only enemies that exists, therefore. And the thing is, like, why do I talk about them like enemies, like, all the time, if I really do live in the fifth dimension? That's what I'm kind of asking myself now. So, probably got a bunch of people famous. Definitely got Chula Ducks famous. I'm not exactly sure if it's positive or not. I just know that I just hope that more people are okay and nothing bad happens to them. Because I never, and I don't. Well, I probably still don't know, but I want a good relationship with them, and not on the terms of if I was approaching them with complete, intense, insane, expeditious force. And that's not something that's something that's great for the military and stuff like that. And if all that training and all that stuff in that realm, it's great. And I'm not gonna lie, I was gaming when I was in the military. Yes, that was an experience, and I continue to get good at gaming, and it's a wonderful realm. And I could go pro gamer, and there's no point in just complaining about me not going pro gamer because I'm worried about the murder people. I want to have fun, and I actually do and have believed in a long time of the amazing potential that can be added to the force of intention and the whatever the characters or the beings, whatever being is in the game, RPGs, obviously single person, all that stuff. Overall I just don't. One thing that which I don't know if I'm telling the truth to myself, but I don't think I'm telling the truth to myself, but I don't think I'm angry. I don't think I'm upset or anything like that. And the thing is, I think that just makes things worse. And the thing is, I'm not trying to make things worse. I'm not trying to make myself more upset or anybody upset. I just, well, I gotta be honest. I think I just blitz all the time. I think I just blitz in terms of how, and it's not that I encourage blitzing, and I definitely don't. And it's weird that I still, and it's not that I don't want to put this behind me, because not whatever, but there's a lot of glory and stuff. There's a lot of progress. There's a lot of success. And, there's a lot of risk. There's always risk in life. But more importantly, I was the one, I feel like that's kind of the root of the thing. I was the one who just thinks I can communicate telepathically willy-nilly. And I'm not as, well, I don't know if I should say I'm not as graceful as I should be, but I'm not really, I should be more in tune with them in terms of how we communicate, because I even think that there's miscommunication on my end. I'm not even, I'm either not communicating or I'm miscommunicating, or I'm just wanting to stay in complete God consciousness all the time, every day. And that's not necessarily, I don't want to be a ruler. I don't want to be an emperor. I don't want to be anything that has that sort of positional type of control or power, that type of power. And that's what I was talking about, in terms of and it's a weird thing, because hopefully there's more peace, and hopefully the peace is maintained, and that there's no anger or frustration, even though I do feel something within me that just kind of wants to hiccup or something. I don't want hostility, but how can I say that I live in the fifth dimension and then want to be a pro gamer so much that I'm willing to watch other pro gamers? And the thing is, it's not that I don't really know what's going on, but I think that to a certain extent, I would like to admit, at least. I would like to admit that I don't know what's going on. It's so strange. So strange. What a weird form of what a weird experience. What a weird form of communication. Like I don't even know what to say. Like I was so amazed. I was just playing with divine magic and just literally just playing with elementals and weather, and I just want to see like what I can do and just how, and that's not what my actual goal is. That's not at all what my actual goal is. My goal, of course, is to have fun and to learn more. But if I don't know that there's more to life than it may be an enlightened perspective, but I want to call it a limited perspective. If I don't know what's going on outside my limited perspective, how am I even going to be able to say that I can do the things that I want to do or anything like that, And I think I just, I think I took it too far. Like, I don't know how long it's been, but like an hour or like however long, like to communicate telepathically with the mer people that I don't, I mean you no harm. That's literally like a whole stampede charging at like one person, and then that stampede stops instantly and just freezes like an inch from them, and that's literally not what I'm trying to do. Like, that's literally not what I want. And if the amazing dude, I can't keep supporting amazing progress, dude, in terms of military level stuff. My mind can't go there. It shouldn't go there. Goodness gracious, dude. You know what? I like all the legendary stuff, the best stuff, all the greatest stuff. I'm not going to apologize for that, because I don't think I should apologize. I don't, which is, I think, also a dangerous thing, because I can't go 3 years and then the rest of my life not apologizing just because I think I'm all high and mighty. Yet the tremendous amount of success with the, just my own desire to succeed, and that's not even a strong enough word. Just this weird thing, this weird intent to just drive, drill, just go ham in the wisdom that I've gained. And that's not proper. I don't think that's proper. And I honestly feel like I didn't really. Oh, gosh, dude. I really don't want to talk anymore. I know that she's amazing, and I have complete trust in the amino acid technology and all of that. I have complete trust in it. But today, I said I had to, and I don't want to go there, I don't really want to go there. I don't want to have to put anyone in that position. But, I'm not saying that. Oh, gosh. I'm not saying I regret it. See, here's the thing. That was last year's thing of planetary avengement. And, there are some levels of avengement that, oh gosh, I gotta say there's some levels of avengement that are actually okay. And but I don't want to do that, you know? I don't want to say that. But the thing is, like, that's what I just prepared for all week. That's literally what I prepared for all week, and then now it's today, and now I'm just like, I don't want any part of it. Gosh, dude, I don't even know if I wanted. I don't even. Oh, I don't even know what I want. I don't even know why I have so much trust in these podcasts in the first place. Anyway, for some reason, I need to not only upgrade my social abilities, but I do need to upgrade my at least my sense of. Gosh, dude, I can't even breathe right now. At least my sense of I would like to say that I played it safe, but I would also like to say that I held some bit of restraint. But graduating is just too much for me to not celebrate today, you know? And that's just not okay. And I feel like I'm responsible for every type of lower dimensional, especially in terms of, like, yesterday and today. Like, anybody who's, like, upset, I was so focused in what I was doing, or what I was watching, and what I was experiencing and witnessing, and what I thought I was fully engaged in, that I didn't pay attention really to, like, those around me. You know, I only paid attention to my goal, and that's not the way that I want to be. That's not the way anybody wants to be. And it doesn't matter how much I want to be a part of planetary advancement for 2019, because of 2018. You know, that was something I did last year, you know? That's not a good form of thinking. It's not. So, that's all I really have to say for now. Until next time, or until the next broadcast, I just want to continue to increase peace. Anything that, or any feelings that were hurt or anything like that, obviously is not my intent. And I really mean that purely. Like, I don't want to make anybody upset, you know? And I think the most important thing that I do is that I appropriately at least take a pause and a moment of peace for someone who I honestly think I should apologize to, which is Sharilla Dax. For some reason, you know, I knew that communication, the telepathic connection has existed in 2017, 2018, or, you know, especially more towards 2019, but there's no reason for me to have to communicate with her on that level, you know. That's not okay. That's not okay at all. So, and I don't feel good about it, you know. I don't feel good about the fact that, like, if I did, or even if I didn't, but if I did have to go through other people to communicate telepathically with her, or if I didn't have to go through other people to communicate telepathically with her, I don't know. You know what? I really don't have anything to say anymore, because I think I am not as patient as I should be, and I'm not as forgiving. No, that's not a good word. I'm not as conscious of other people's ideas and opinions and thoughts as I should be. You know, I just blast through the wisdom that I've gained with making the projects, and especially with. There's no reason for me to do that, you know? There's no reason for me to do that. So, I need to understand that. And I need to also be a responsible adult. And I need to be wise. And I just need to just I guess take a chill pill or something like that. So, I'm, oh gosh, dude. I don't know why I'm saying this on the podcast, but I'm probably going to take a nap and go to sleep. And then, hopefully more peace insinuates. Like, my intention, like, at least for a while, is peace. At least until I make another broadcast. Or, gosh, that doesn't make any sense. Whatever, dude. I'm overthinking this.